Well, good morning, everybody, and wow, what an exciting time to be in Relive, and I'm super excited today to be your host. So, I can't see myself on camera, so I'm just gonna shut my camera down so I can get to the meat of what today's video meeting's about. But anyways, let me just double check there. Great. And but yeah, it's a great time to be in Relive, and I always love this time of year, in particular because it's spring. Things are coming alive, a lot going on. Relive's really coming alive right now, and literally back to live events. We got something to talk about with you this morning, which are going to be really exciting. Also, we introduced a new product lately. We got some more products coming. We've added new management that's just really super, and really good and industry experienced. There's just a lot happening in Relive, and you know, in addition to being the springtime of the year, this is always a great year for our industry, the home-based business model and direct selling. You know, and see that little caption up there, home-based business in America, 427 billion per year is made by home-based businesses. That's over 70% of Americans would prefer to be self-employed. It might be a good time for you to take a look at this or talk to somebody that, you know, if you're already in Relive, to talk to them about taking a look at Relive, because you know, one of the things I know for sure is I've been around with Relive for 30 years now, 30 plus years, I guess. And one of the things that inflationary times are what drives our industry, I believe, because inflation is like you know, when inflation rates grow, it's like a cut. It's like death of a thousand cuts, right? Because it doesn't happen overnight. It's like little by little by little, you know, as inflation increases, money gets sucked out of your budget, right? Because food costs a little bit more, you know, the gas costs a little bit more, the heat your house costs a little bit more, you know, education costs a little bit more. Everything is little bits, you know, going out to eat costs a little bit more. Every little thing, you know, replacing the tires on your car a little bit more. It's tiny little increments like that, and you really don't know it. But before you know it, you know, you're living at it. You're cutting back with your lifestyle to meet your current or to equal where your current income is, where your income's been. So as a result of that, people start to look for ways to either cut out of their budget, not do the things that they love and want to do with their friends, family, and loved ones, but also they try to find a way to supplement income. Just replace that 5% a year or 10% a year that inflation has raked out of their budget. And direct selling home-based businesses is an amazing way to do it. Plus, you add that to the health and wealth, or the health boom going on in this country, kind of fueled by the pandemic. People are starting to realize they got to take better care of themselves and get their weight down and whatever. And you have a recipe for a super amount of success if you're positioned with the right company. And that's what we believe about Relive. So, anyways. This is our Work to Wealth Success trainings, primarily for distributors. But if you're new here today and you don't know anything about Relive, you're gonna get an idea. We got, you know, you get a chance to look under the cover, so to speak, and find out what's going on and how we train our people and how we help our people be successful. But if you've been around for a while or you're new, best advice: grab a pen and a notepad and try to be teachable. Because as when I got started in Relive, one of the things I learned is I didn't know much about this industry. I didn't know anything about nutrition. I didn't know anything about selling. And, you know, I had been doing a profession for 8 years, and I'll get into that right now, actually. I'll kind of tell you my story. I had been in the accounting profession for about 8-10 years out of college, and I found myself at 30 years old. And I was in about $25,000 worth of credit card debt. And I was frustrated because I wanted to own my own business. That was primarily it. I was one of that 70% that wanted to be an entrepreneur. And but my problem was everything I looked at required capital, which I didn't have, and you know, to invest, and there was nobody stupid enough to lend me anymore. So I was kind of stuck doing what I was doing. But I ran into a family member And they started telling me about Relive. I went to a meeting like we do on our Tuesday night webinars and some live events now coming up. But I got exposed to the Relive story and what was going on with this company. And when I saw that, I realized I just found the business I was looking for, but didn't really know existed. Because really, as a business, you can work it out of your home. You can start it part-time. So you don't have any overhead. You don't, there's no risk of losing a job or not having a job. You can do it side by side with your current job if you want, or, you can go full-time like I did with it pretty quickly. But the fact is there was no employees needed, no licenses, no special education, no special training. There was a support system that was in place and it was free. So all I had to do is make a decision really to get involved. And I did that. I did that right there that night, that first meeting I went to. And primarily because I believed the stories I had heard, and I understood the math and how lucrative this compensation plan could be. So that's what I did. I jumped in that night. I had no sales background. As I told you, I knew nothing about nutrition, found out I didn't have to, so I still don't know a lot about nutrition. But what I did know was there was people willing to help me. And some of those people were already making six figures in this company. So I took their free help and got after it. In the first 30 days, I was able to sell $11,000 worth of product. I profited $1,500 part-time. And I profited $1,500 part-time. And guys, in addition to that, the confidence that grew in me that first 30 days, because I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to do this, right? This was totally away from, I was in the accounting profession. I'd been accountant for over almost 10 years at that point. I'd never been trained in anything like this. So to have that kind of success early on was important. And that's a training point right there, right? Get out and get after it, because that really helps. It's like an X factor for your business. But so I got a little more serious about it after myself. My family got great results with the Relive products. 3 weeks on the products, I started waking up with the alarm clock. First time in my adult life. Wasn't tired at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I lost 15 pounds the first month on the products without trying to lose weight. My brother-in-law got tremendous results, allergies and asthma. I had a nephew that was on a drug called Ritalin for a problem called ADHD. 4 months on the Relive products, he came off that Ritalin, never went back on it. My mom got life-changing results with rheumatoid arthritis, and that just validated, all that just validated what I had already believed, and that these products were special and they help people, and there was some major benefits with them. But anyways, I got a little more serious about the first 90 days doing Relive part-time. I made $7,000 profit. And though they hadn't replaced my full-time income, I took a leap of faith and I did what I wanted to do all along, is become an entrepreneur, full-time entrepreneur. And I quit my job in accounting, came home, started doing Relive full-time. I never looked back. Within 2 years, I was earning $6,000 a month. By the end of the third year, I'd reached $10,000 a month for the first time. Between year 3 and 6, and the company told me, some of the officers of the company told me this would happen. I didn't believe them, but I'll tell you, it happened. Between year 3 and 6, my business spread from my kitchen table to 40 different states, 5 foreign countries, none of it done by me personally. And by the end of the 6th year, my monthly income had reached $20,000 a month for the first time. And now I've had 25 plus years of six-figure incomes. I have the most blessed and inexplainable life because of that decision I made some years ago at that meeting about getting involved with this company and these products. And so, but going back to my point about being teachable, I knew nothing about this industry, so I knew I had to go in there and be teachable. I had to listen. And one of my early mentors in the business, very successful in direct selling, said something to me, and he said, Shawn, he said, it's easier to make a lot of money than it is to make a living. Because when you get into this, let me tell you something, there's a lot of mental gymnastics that takes place in your mind, because like I said, it's something new. You're an adult. Some of you got family, some of you got a lot of bills, some of you got a mortgage, you got a lot of things. So there's a lot going through your head if this is going to be worth it. So you're struggling with this. Is this my effort worth this? And can these numbers really pan out for me? And you go through all these mental gymnastics. And I was struggling with that a little bit, trying to figure out if this was a deal that I could really get rich in, right? Because that was my goal. I didn't have a goal to make $500 a month. I didn't have a goal to, as much as I enjoy the fact that our products help a lot of people, I got to be honest with you, my primary goal was to help me financially. So he said to me, Shawn, he said, it's easier to make a lot of money than it is to make a living. And he goes, because, you know, what you've been doing is making a living. He said, but it's easier to make a lot of money than it is to make a living. And that just didn't add up for me. I thought the more money you make, the harder it is, right? The harder the effort is, whatever you're doing, the chances you're making more money because you're working harder or whatever. He said, no, that's not true. He said, if you're committed to learning a few key concepts and principles and mastering the proven basics of your business. He said, otherwise, get good at what you do, right? Get good at this. You don't have to be great at this. You don't have to be right all the time. It doesn't have to be perfect. He just says you got to be committed to learning some stuff. You got to get educational again. Learn a few concepts mentally and principles that'll help you carry you through. Because when you're in business for yourself, you live and die by the day, right? You're building your business. You're building an asset, right? You're not collecting a check by just showing up, right? You're actually building something solid. You're building something that can be handed down. So it's going to take some concepts. It's going to take some principles to live by, to master. And then obviously learning the proven basics of our business. And what I meant by that was our system, how our products help people and that kind of thing. Get into that, right? So I said, I'm all in, because this was just time and energy. This didn't cost me any money to take this deal. So I jumped right in, and that's what we're going to cover today. I'm going to slide in a few basics and principles and things that I was taught early on that really helped me get on track and build this thing at the speed and the way. Well, it never goes as fast as you want, but at the way I wanted to, right? And get it to where I wanted it to. So let's go on. Now, there are three parts you need to master in your real business. The first one's the products, man. The products are unbelievable. And we're not going to talk about the products a lot today. You can learn about the products, by going on the website. Website does a wonderful job of all of our products and explanations, and each product's got a page and testimonials, blah, blah, blah. But all that's there. But I will talk about one in particular. That's our new product. That's a little bit later in the training. But that's one thing you need to master. You need to understand our products. Number two, you need to master our marketing plan. And we're not going to get too deep into the marketing plan today either. I'll be showing some, ways that you move through our marketing plan, but we're not going to get into the nuts and bolts of how you make dollars and cents here and what that takes. But that's something you need to go over with your upline. Or you can go on there's videos out there. We've got some things on and Positively Charged. If you go to our Facebook page, there's a video on the link to learn section where you can, in the file section, that you can get that, a YouTube video, and I go through the comp plan in detail, okay? But no, we're gonna talk about you because, gosh, guys, the products are the same for everybody. The marketing plan is the same for everybody. Equal is as equal does in relive. We don't pay men more than women. We pay, everybody gets the same deal. Whether you're on the West Coast, East Coast, doesn't matter, your religion, creed, color, nothing. Right? Equal as equal does here. And, the fact is I don't get, and Mindy doesn't get, and Al Hagopian doesn't get any better products than you get, right? We all get the same product. So that's the same. So, as in life or anything in you're the only variable in this deal, right? So, so let me show you an example. Now I saw the people, there's 30 plus, I think now, let me see. Yeah, there's 30, 70 are already on training here this morning. Now I know for a fact, here we are at the first of the month, that last month, there was quite a few of you that made over $500 because I know you and I know what's going on in your business. And I know that you made over $500 last month in Relive, quite a few of you, as I saw your names. But I also know, looking at a couple of those people that were on there, there's a few people on there, there's a number of people that made over $5,000 last month in their Relive business. Now, same products, same marketing plan. So what causes one person to make 10 times what another person makes with the same product, same marketing plan? Well, let me tell you, it ain't personality, right? It ain't number of contacts. you know, because if that was the deal, I wouldn't be making the kind of money I'm making in Relive, right? You know, and Mindy Jones doesn't have more hours in her day than you do, right? That's not the deal. It's not 10 times the personality. It's not 10 times the context. It's not, you know, it's not 10 times the time, right? Oh, I'm doing this part-time. No, I mean, we got part-time. Jim Osterhout made 6 figures part-time in this business before he quit his full-time job. So it's not 10 times. No, man, it's this deal right here. It's you. That's what causes it. And how you feel about these products that we're dealing with, how you feel about this compensation plan, how you feel about your future, your financial future with Relive. That's what makes one person 10 times more successful than another. It ain't the products. It ain't the marketing plan. It's how you feel about you and how you feel about your financial future with these products and this opportunity in Relive. That's what it comes down to. You know, you guys got to get after it. You got to get to work, but you also got to believe in what you're doing, right? So we're gonna go ahead and get moving here. So the first step is building your wall of belief in the products, right? You're not going to go out there if you don't believe in these products. You're going to struggle with trying to convince other people that this is a good deal, right? Trying to share, because people, you know, Tom Moody always told me that it's a dog, you know, a dog can, you know, you can walk up to the house and the dog be barking at that door, man, just a ferocious dog at you, and you run away, right? As an adult, you say, that doesn't look smart. That's dangerous, right? Because he senses you're scared of him. A child can walk up that same step, open the door, walk in, and the dog licks its heels. And you look at it and you go, well, what's the deal there? Well, the dog can sense that the child's not afraid of it. The child's confident. The child doesn't have any fear of it. Now, that's people you're talking to can tell if you're not being genuine. They can say that most people are smarter than dogs, guys, if you believe it or not. The fact is, though, they can sense that. People can sense that. So you got to be a product of this product. You got to believe in it. You got to believe it. To be a product of it, how you feel about these products is paramount. Not just your results, but others too. That's why we expose yourself. You know, when you get involved in the business, you'll notice your sponsor will be introducing you to stories, because it's not just your results that are important. It's the other stories too. Frankly, for me, I didn't even have any life-changing results with the products. It was other stories that gave me the confidence of this stuff here, this belief in the wall of belief in the products. So expose yourself to as many Relive story opportunities possible when you're getting started here. And always, right? We always do that. Then learn to tell your story, right? As you build your story, learn how. There's the 2 to 3 minute version of your story, of your health story, right? That's just conversation. You don't need any training for that. But that's like if you're having a conversation with somebody at a grocery store, or you're running your friend at the club, the health club, or you're doing a 3-way with somebody to share your story for the benefit of someone else that's called you and asked to share your great health story. You know, that's a 2 to 3 minute version. Chit chat here, just very confident, really simple. It's like it's like when you tell somebody about a movie or a restaurant you went to that, you know, it's like anything you do. But then we need you to understand the 1 minute version too, for meetings, conference calls, webinars like today, right? We need you to get that so you can get it down, because if anything, when we're doing these meetings, these conference calls, these trainings, these other webinars and stuff, and live meetings, you know, what we want to do is we want to get as many stories in as possible, right? So we want more stories, not more story, right? We want more people being sharing 1 minute stories than 5 people sharing 5 minute stories. So anyways, if you need direction on that, it's on the file section of the Positive Charge Facebook page for guidelines on the document there. But let's go ahead and let you hear some stories. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to stop the share real quick here, and I'm going to ask that, let's see, who's going to join us first? Edith Escarpita, are you there? Edith, you on? Could you turn on your video and your microphone, please?
I am.
There you are.
My name is Edith Escarpita. I'm from Chicago, and my husband and I found this company 5 years ago. I'm a former teacher, and I did challenged to a product to help me with the one thing I've never been able to address, which is the weight loss. And lo and behold, I did nothing more besides take my shakes twice a day. And in the first month, I did lose 8 pounds. So that gave me the confidence to keep going with the product. Since then, I've had results with carpal tunnel syndrome. I was able to avoid a surgery. Chronic bronchitis, I no longer use an inhaler. The weight loss has continued to drop. I've had results with other issues like PCOS, rosacea, and just overall amazing health, So I am forever grateful that I took the chance on these products and this company and said yes, because not only do I have results, but my husband and kids have amazing results as well. So we will forever be on the Relive products.
Well, thank you so much, Edith. We appreciate you. Thanks for that story. And let's move right to Robin Harrelson. Robin, are you there?
I'm here.
There you are. There you go. Okay, could you go ahead and share your story?
Okay, so I started Relive because I wanted more energy, and I started it on Christmas Day 2020. And within about a week, I definitely noticed a lot more energy. And after another week or so on the product, I realized that I wasn't suffering from winter depression anymore. I felt a lot more joy in my life, and I felt like going out and getting together with friends and doing things. And then along the way, I noticed that I was no longer getting cold sores that I suffered with for a long time, pretty much my whole life. And then a few spots of eczema that I had disappeared and never came back. I got results with heartburn after I added the fiber restore. That really helped a lot. And I noticed that on long trips, my knees were no longer getting sore from being bent for a long time or in the same position. And then about 3.5, 4 weeks ago, I added the Energize Go. And since I've started on that product, I've lost 10 pounds, and I was able to go downstate with my kids, and my oldest daughter was ready to have another baby, so number 8 grandkid for me, and I can keep up with my grandkids. And I was able to help my other daughter move her stuff into storage because she was going through a bad situation down there, and I was able to keep up with everybody and keep up with all the craziness. And I now have a new little grandbaby, Isaiah Daniel, born on the 15th of this month, or last month, I should say.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Great job. Great job. And she made reference to our new product there, and that's fantastic. I mean, people don't realize that Energize Go, they think of it as an energy drink, which it is, a very good energy drink. But people are losing weight on it too. This is awesome. So anyways, let's go from there to Hubert Washington. And he's out there in I think he said his grandson's baseball game. Hey, Hubert, can you join us? There you are, brother.
I can, Shawn. Hello, everyone. My name is Hubert Washington. We live now in Jacksonville, Florida. I worked in telecommunications, and our journey started almost 25 years ago. I was diagnosed with a degenerative spinal condition, caused numbness and tingling in my fingers. I had lost mobility in my neck, looking for answers. And like Shawn, I didn't know anything about nutrition either. I was really even questioning whether or not it would even help me. But I got started on the products, took them faithfully. The numbness and tingling in my fingers went away. I regained the mobility in my neck. I was able to go back to work. And while it's just been a journey, I'm just so happy with the quality of my life. And really all that I do is I take my Relive consistently each and every day. So I'll continue to take them for the rest of my life also.
Wow, thanks, Hubert. Appreciate you, man. And hopefully your son wins today. That's good. All right, guys. So thank you all for sharing your stories. And let me say this before we move on. Guys, the Relive products aren't some kind of a magic pill or anything like that. I mean, we don't claim to cure anything or heal anything. What you're hearing from these people is they're putting the good nutrition of Relive in their bodies, and your body's responding the way it's designed to, right? Good nutrition in, and your body will heal itself, and that's what you're seeing. Okay, body's a miracle, not our products. So, trying to move it on. Okay, the second step is building your wall of belief in the business. Like the products, you got to believe in this business too. That's what I said. So how you feel about not only the products is going to determine your success level, but how you feel about this compensation plan. And let me tell you something: the best way you can build wall of belief in this in the business side of this is make money, right? And make money fast. Action. Now, this first statement: action within 72 hours creates momentum. Now, if you're brand new, that's for you, right? That statement's exactly for you. Action within 72 hours creates momentum. Get out, make something happen in these next 2, 3, 4, 5 days, right? Now, let me also say this. If you've been around 5, 10, 15, 20 years, doesn't matter, right? Your 72 hours starts now, right? That's the neat thing about Relive. Excuse me. You can be away for a while. You can take a week off, a month off. You can take a year off. You can come back and recreate your 72 hours, get going again. So that 72 hours starts right now for whether you're brand new or you've been around a while, right? Go out and create some momentum in your business. Speed of the leader determines speed of the pack, right? Be a leader in your group, in your organization. Go out there and work like no one's going to work as hard as you. That was my mindset. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to build this business, but I'm never going to find anybody that's going to work as hard as I'm going to work at it. That was my mindset. And boy, was I wrong. I found people that were 10 times better than me at this, knew how to work better. I mean, we're just better people. I mean, it was amazing. But I always made myself, I was the leader, man. I never looked back, right? Go build your Relive business story. And what that means is go make money, right? Take a plan of action, get with your support team and go to work. Plug yourself into the system and do the things we're teaching you. Now, if you're not sure how to tell your Relive story, and that's what we're talking about here, just like we did with the products, there's a document in the files section of the Positive Charge Facebook page you can go to. Now, let's talk about this. And what I want you to do right now is hear from a few people that have shared that are going to share their business story, just like we talked about with the products here. So we're going to start out with, well, Al, Jen, can you join me? Al?
Yes, I can join you.
Great. There you are. Oh, now you're out by the water.
Yeah, I had to get away from the noise.
All right. Great. We appreciate you. Go ahead. Share your business story for us, Al, would you please?
Sure. I'm Al Hagopian. I started this business when I was 45 years old. I had 3 little kids. I had started late with that. I had my last kid when I was 41. I'd saved no money. I was a high school basketball coach. I had no really prospect for retirement. My dad used to laugh at me all the time, saying it was when I turned 62, I was going to have a 14-year-old. And I had a lot of stress as a high school basketball coach. And one of the things, what we were able to, as Shawn said, we were able to start making $1,000 a month immediately. And that took a lot of stress off of just being able to maybe take a vacation or do some special things with the kids who were then 3, 5, and 7. But a couple of years later, we saw how the business was growing. That was simply sharing the product with people. And we started sharing the business with people. At one point, our monthly residual income went from, in 5 months, from $1,500 to $6,000. And one of the things that's striking me right now are the bonuses. I remember when I was a coach, one of the last years I coached, my team got to the state finals, and I was given $1,000 bonus, and I worked all year for that. And plus I got controversy because all the teachers got upset that they were giving the basketball coach a bonus. Well, we get those kind of bonuses every month now. 1 month we got as high as a $5,000 bonus. Last month, I think our bonuses compiled were around $3,000 for nowhere near the stress, time, and involvement that I had before as a teacher and a coach. I was able to retire early, in fact, way earlier than I thought I'd be able to. We sent our 3 kids to private colleges that were $40,000 a year apiece. All 3 of them graduated debt free. One of them is down here with us in Florida with their 2 kids right now, and we're just having a great time living a life that I never thought would have been possible and wouldn't have been possible without this Relive business.
Excellent. Thanks, Al. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And from Al, we're going to go to somebody he introduced to Relive, and that's Linda Crodel in Southern Illinois. Linda, could you join us?
Sure. How you doing?
Good morning.
Morning.
Excellent.
Hi, I'm Linda Crodel. I live in Troy, Illinois. I'm a mom of 3. And when we found Relive, the company I was with in St. Louis for 22 years, a brokerage firm, was getting to ready to eliminate my position. And I was really looking for something else to do with a purpose instead of just a paycheck. So Leonard and I saw this presentation. We fell in love with everything, and I wanted to share it with people immediately. So we jumped in, got a big order, put it on a 0% credit card because of the money back guarantee for a year. And you know, in 3 months, that whole initial order was out of our house. We recouped our investment, made over $1,000 profit. And then in a year and a half doing this, I was able to quit before they fired me. Came home to be a stay-at-home mom, which was one of the happiest days of my life. And during that time, we earned a trip to Cancun, several bonuses, and then Rela put a Hawaii trip promotion out in 2019, and we really wanted to do that. So we just told more people and earned that trip, earned a top in the nation the month we earned the trip, which was a $7,000 cash bonus. It was amazing. And the trip was amazing. We had the best time. I can't even explain all that, but that's something we would never do on our own, is have a trip like that. So the next year we did the same thing, earned it again, earned another top in the nation, 3rd place. And just because we're continuing this momentum and telling people, in November, we also reached a new level, global ambassador, master director, and earned another $2,000 cash bonus, plus so many bonuses. And I'm telling you, Shawn, that is incredible to me, because what we're doing is just sharing hope with people. And it's the products that are working, and people see that and they want to get people hope, and themselves hope. So now we're going to go see our first grandbaby in a week in the Dominican Republic. And because of those bonuses, we were able to get an all-inclusive trip there. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait to squeeze that little guy. So yeah, I'm so excited. We're still, going to share this with others. It's just beautiful.
A couple of things, Linda, before you go. When do you leave for the trip?
Saturday, a week from today.
Awesome. Well, that I'm sure you can't wait. That's your first grandchild. Excellent. And the other thing is, gosh, I think about people today and what we're going through with gas prices and inflation. And I talked a little bit about in the onset. I heard Al talking about thousands of dollars of bonuses. I mean, what would an extra $1,000 mean to somebody today? Yeah, right. With everything going on. I mean, the stress that people are starting to feel on their wallets and their lifestyles because of this. The cost of everything just inching up, and to be able to bring something into their lives like Relive, where they can help people with their health, and at the same time, mitigate that imbalance in their budget right now. Fantastic. Great. Thanks for sharing that.
Okay. You are so welcome.
All right. And have a great time in the Dominican. And from there, I'm going to go back to Hubert, Washington. Hubert, you're back here. Can we get you back, buddy?
Sure.
There you are. Excellent. Hey, tell us what's going on in your business.
Sure. Our journey, as I mentioned, started 25 years ago. I was in telecommunications, and I earned a 6-figure income. But what I felt is that I had to either choose between working long hours to support my family or spending time with them. And when we were introduced to Relive, we got a chance to meet some pretty fantastic people. They were normal people, but living extraordinary lives. We loved that. We saw a system, and you talked about it, Shawn. I like to think that I'm a systems person. And so having something that can be easily duplicated was very attractive to us. And so we jumped in, and with the support of the system and the people helping us, we had people helping us that we didn't even know that we had no financial ties to. We were able to build a business that allowed me to retire from my corporate job I'd worked for 23 years at the age of 49. Our income grew. Our highest income has been over $12,000 in a calendar month. And Relive has added income to our household, well over $1 million in total since we've been in Relive. And we love the fact that it offers time freedom as well as flexibility to do the things that we want to do. Right now, I'm at my grandson's baseball game. And 20 years ago, I was at my son's baseball games while building a Relive business. So we love what this affords. We love the system. We love the people. And that's why we will continue to share this with others.
Well, thank you, Hubert. We appreciate you. And now you can go watch that baseball game that I'm keeping you from. But anyway, thanks for taking the time out to share your story. You know what people want most, guys? Personal freedom, financial security, optimal health. That's what you hear in the Relive opportunity. So how do you make that happen? How do you get that going? Well, it starts with making your list, guys. Who do you put on the list? That's the question you first get when you start a new distributor. Said, hey, make a list of everybody you know. Who should I put on there? Well, I'll tell you what, teachers are a great place to start. I mean, I got some great teachers in my family. We got a lot of successful teachers in Relive. Stay-at-home moms, right? Yeah, you got a lot of them too, man. Hardest job in the world, right? But they can do Relive too, and they do it well. We got a lot of construction workers in Relive that have success. We got farmers, right? Great heartland of America, right? We got our farmers. We got some great farmers in Relive, some high-level income earners that are in the farming business. Accountants, there's a couple of us. Facebook friends, think about it. If everybody you know, and it's on Facebook, those are all your Facebook friends. And I'm not talking about everybody you accept an invitation to join, to be a friend with, or you ask a friend. Yeah, I'm talking about your friends, right? You'll get to those other markets later, right? The coworkers, right? Relatives, right? I mean, why wouldn't you want your relatives on these products if you believed in them and you saw what they're doing for these people, what they're going to do for you? Neighbors, right? The people you see and are around the most in your life are your neighbors, man, more than anybody else. Those neighbors are always there by you. And what do they all have in common? They're dissatisfied with something, right? And you don't know what it is. You may know a couple of them that it might be dissatisfied with one thing or another, but that's the common denominator right here of everybody that goes on your list, dissatisfied. You say, well, I'm not sure some of these people are dissatisfied. Let me tell you something. You're not going to find out until you say something to them, right? Because most people won't tell you what they're dissatisfied with in their life until you have, they know you have a solution, right? And most people don't dump their health concerns on you or their health challenges, or they don't dump on you their financial, more important than their financial. They'll tell you more about their health than they will their finances until they have a solution. And then you'll find out, you'll learn things about the people you think you know the best when you sit down with them and tell them about Relive and tell them the Relive story, both product and business. So what could they be dissatisfied? Income, right? That was me. Satisfied with my income. I wasn't making enough money, right? Health, right? Some people end up in Relive because they have a health challenge. They get on the products, get life-changing results, and they obviously do the business because they can't shut up about it. Savings, retirement, right? That was Al's concern, right? You just heard his story. He's not concerned anymore. He's down in Florida. Career, right? Some people are just looking for a really meaningful, purposeful career. And we got them in Relive. Or their career is stealing their life, right? Like Hubert. 6-figure income, but it was his family or his career, right? You got to either or. Not here. Lifestyle. Some people just aren't having fun, plain fun, lack of travel, lifestyle. They're just not having fun in life, and they want to have fun. We have fun in Relive. And a nice person, right? We're looking for a nice person, right? Because other people, we've seen a few of these other kinds come and go, right? They don't last long here in Relive. And above all, don't prejudge anybody. You have no idea who's going to do this and who's in. Most of the people you think are going to be great at this business on your list probably aren't going to do anything. Most of the people you don't think have the time. Oh, they're wealthy. They don't need the money. Let me tell you something. There's a reason they're that way. They're busy people that are doing well financially. It's because they get stuff done. They'll see an opportunity when it's presented. Present it to them. Let them be the judge. Do not prejudge people. Tom Moody, he had, Tom tells the story. He's got 52 first cousins, comes from an Irish family on both sides. I'm a cousin on one side. He's got 52 first cousins. He jokes, he says, I talked to 49 and then Shawn, right? Because he didn't think I was going to do this deal. And he said he's an accountant. He thought I was doing well because I wore a suit to work and I had a briefcase and I rode the train downtown. He didn't know I was struggling financially because I never told him. No, I didn't tell anybody that I was struggling financially because they didn't have a solution. I'm not going to dump that on them, right? Don't prejudge people. You have no idea what's going on. And then, by the way, he talked to me, number 50 out of 52. He said the other 2 were in jail. That was the joke, right? So other people to talk to, besides the people on your list, your warm market, extended Facebook friends. That's the people you don't know real well or haven't talked to in 30 years and they're Facebook friends. Anyone you pay money to, hairdressers, insurance agents, cleaners, etc. As we now start to get back out there and live life again, old neighbors, past coworkers, referrals from customers, right? From there's people everywhere. Who doesn't want to feel better? Who doesn't want to make more money? Cold market, right? I don't even suggest you get into the cold market if you're not full time. Ads, opportune moments. Now that we're getting back out there, arm's length rule, booths, yard signs, opportunity cards. Be creative, right? Anything to get the phone ringing, anything to bring up the conversation, right? Amazing. I mean, so you're ready to go, right? You got your list. You're gonna go talk to people. Let's make sure you got the right attitude. That's the important thing. Next step is making sure you got the right attitude. That's the gold mine attitude. This is where you feel you got the deal. You know you got the deal. The gold mine attitude is a combination of things, but one is primarily when you pick up that phone and you call your friend, your neighbor, your coworker, whatever it is, whoever you're calling about the Relive product and opportunity, right? When you pick up that phone and you start to make that call, in your heart, you feel I'm doing them a favor. They're not doing a favor for me by listening. I'm the one taking my time out of my life to share this opportunity with them. I'm doing them a favor. When you get that, you got the gold mine attitude. How do you get that? Well, let me tell you something, guys. If you had a gold mine in your backyard right now, okay, that's the way I want you to think about it. Your dog just scratched up some dirt in the backyard at the house you've owned for 30 years, right? Never knew it was out there, tolling away in your life. And then your dog scratches up some shiny stuff in the backyard. You go out and you start digging around a little bit and you find that there's gold buried under your backyard, lots of it. So much you couldn't possibly spend it in 100 lifetimes, right? And you got to get it out of there and into the bank, right? Or wherever you're going to hide it, into a vault somewhere, right? Before everybody else comes and finds out, right? You don't want anybody finding it. So you got to get some help, right? So you need help. You need help to empty this backyard full of gold. Who are you going to call? You going to run an ad? You going to put up a yard sign? Heck no. You're going to go knock on your brother Jimmy's door. You're going to knock it down no matter what's going on. It's not going to be like a little, hey, Jim, you know what? I know you're busy, but I found some gold. Do you think you could spend a few minutes to help me? That ain't going to be the way it's going to happen, guys, is it? If you truly had a gold mine in your backyard, you'd be, get out here now, Jimmy, or I'm going to go find someone else, right? I don't care what's going on. I don't care if the Final Four is being played. You got to come now and bring a shovel right now, right? That's a goal. Now, I don't know if you have I don't think, but I don't know if you don't have, I don't believe you have a gold mine in your backyard right now, but I'll tell you where you do have a gold mine, right here in Relive. There's all the gold. I mean, you got all the success, all the gold you can imagine right here in Relive. And so much of it, you can't spend it all, right? Bring as many people as you want to help you empty this gold mine. More the merrier, right? There's no limit. Because it's unlimited, the gold here, right? Unlike your backyard. That's the gold mine attitude, guys. You starting to feel it? Now you got it. Enthusiasm. A person with a dream is much more powerful than one with all the facts. Light your hair on fire with enthusiasm and watch people come from miles away to watch you burn. That was told to me at my first training by one very successful Relive distributor. And I had no idea what he meant at the time, but he was excited. And he told me that. And it sunk in about halfway home, driving home that Saturday morning after training, what he meant. Get excited, man. I mean, you watch people, we used the analogy in Chicago when Michael Jordan was in his heyday, arguably the best basketball player that ever stepped on the hard court. But man, people would come out of their seats when he would slam the basketball at the stadium, Chicago Stadium. The place would erupt, right? The guy was crazy good, right? And erupt, right? And people got excited to go see him and watch him play. Enthusiasm was over the top. But you find an opportunity in Relive and you can't get excited about it, you got to get excited about it. This is more important than Michael Jordan slamming a basketball. You got to tell people about it. They don't know what you have. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, in either case, you're right. Attitude, guys. It's all about attitude. I don't know. I think it's Henry Ford that said this, or somebody smarter than me. Whether you think you can or think you can't, in either case, you're right. Tom told me 90% of this business is between my ears. How true is that? Those of us who've been around know exactly what I'm talking about. So this is where you got to get these concepts and that. Remember the principles and concepts? These are concepts I'm talking about. Stuff that was totally foreign to me until I found Relive and found some mentors in this business. Lots versus some. It's a numbers game, guys. Products work. Opportunity is lucrative, pays well, best in the industry. Talk to lots of people, you're going to get lots of action in your business. You talk to some people, you're going to get some action. You talk to nobody, you get no action. That's true. Some of you are out there, you know that, right? You live this. I've gone through everything. There's been periods in my business where I talk to lots of people and within 90 days, I got lots of action. Then there's people where I talk to some and I just get a little bit of action. Then it's times where I talk to none and I got nothing, right? It's exactly totally proportionate. It's just about and I'll talk about the 90-day window. A no today is not a no forever. So don't burn bridges. When you're out there talking to people, understand people are there's rejections part of it. Don't worry about it. A no today is not a no forever. Don't burn that bridge. Because I'll tell you why. And some of you have experienced this firsthand in your life. Ready? Nothing changes faster in someone's life than their health or their career or their financial situations. And if you don't believe me, you've never gone through it. Ask somebody that walked into work one day and there was a slip on their desk. Go see the boss. Or call, the phone rings, come into my office. And their career ends that day and they had no idea it was coming. Right? So somebody you think is successful today, tomorrow may not be. Right? So don't prejudge and don't burn that bridge, because they may say no to you today. They're busy with this career, Hubert Washington. But then eventually things change and priorities change, and Relive's that answer. Same with your health, right? If you don't believe that can happen with your health, you've never been with someone that's got cancer or been close to anybody. Change like that. Don't prejudge anybody. Don't burn the bridge. Let them know what you're into. Let them know what you have. When they need you, they'll find you back. Or you can circle back to them. Some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? Let's go. I'm not being cold there. It's just a reality. It's a concept. It's a principle you need to operate your business by. If you don't, you'll die in this business, unfortunately. Right? It's part of being an entrepreneur. This is different than showing up and getting a paycheck. You got to get the right attitude. You got to be consistent. You got to understand you got to circle back sometimes. It's a lot of gray. right? It's not black and white. And that was tough for me being an accountant, right? Everything didn't add up every day, right? So what do I say? I got, okay, I'm ready to go, Shawn. I got the gold mine head. More important than what you say is how you say it, right? Are you excited, enthusiastic? Remember? Be excited, but be yourself. Don't be me. Don't be Mindy. Don't be Al. Don't be Hubert. Don't be Linda. Be yourself, but be excited, right? Think about it. What gets you jacked? You should be able to get jacked about Relive, because all of it, no matter what out there gets you really jacked up, I guarantee you your health and your finances are more important. And your opportunity to improve those in Relive is more important than anything else out there that gets you jacked. Maybe the exception of your grandchildren. Tell your story, or others that you've heard. It's like telling someone about a great movie you saw. Share stories. I remember my friend Jimmy Rogers. I mean, he had an amazing health story. I told that thing better than he did after about 90 days in this business. I repeated his story to everybody. My mom's story with rheumatoid arthritis, I repeated that story. That was one of my two go-to stories. In addition to my own, but my own wasn't that powerful. A little bit of weight loss, more energy, felt better, mental clarity, you know. But ironically, that's what most people out there are struggling with, right? As we found out with the Energize Go product now, we just introduced, and how this thing is taken off. Set strong appointments and invitations. You need to see this. Get that gold mine attitude, right? Remember, Jimmy, get out here, get a shovel. Not I want to, or I think, well, I wish you could spend it. You got a couple minutes. I got something I want to talk to you about. No, guys. Use your upline. If you don't have that strong conviction yet, if you can't muster up that. I was told by the vice president of the company, fake it till you make it. If you believe it can happen, act like it today. Right? It's easy, guys. It's easy to be excited and enthusiastic when you get a $5,000 bonus check. It's easy to have a great attitude and go out there and be consistent in your business when you're making $10,000 a month, right? Or $5,000 a month, or you just hit a bonus, right? You're excited. But this concept, the principle we need to work on is getting there. Fake that. Get that enthusiasm. Get it before it comes, right? See it, achieve it, believe it, or believe it to achieve it. Stories. Okay, so if you don't have that, though, you're struggling with that. Use your upline via three-way to bring in stories, conviction, strength. Whether even if you're not struggling, just to bring in a third party, a third voice. And this might be the biggest obstacle of new distributors. It's just not a natural thing to do. To put people on the phone with the people on your list, right? Let me tell you something, it works, or we wouldn't teach it. Nobody wants you to be more successful than the people that introduced you to Relive. And they're going to tell you this single thing every time. Use your upline as much as you can when you're new. First 30, 60, 90 days. I wrung time out like a wet towel for 90 days, maybe 60 days. By 90, I felt he was kind of slowing me down. Stories, conviction, strength. They'll bring that all. Borrowed strength versus acquired strength. Acquired strength. It's like hiring or having your own personal trainer every time you walk through the door at the gym. Don't you think you'd be more successful as every time you walk through it, that gym membership you bought in January? Every time you walk through the door, there was a guy waiting or a woman waiting there to take you and work you out and show you where everything is and all that. Don't you think your results would be better than if you just went in there yourself and and worked out when you could and didn't have the structure? You know the answer to that, right? Well, until you acquire strength, borrow it. Okay, it's the smart way to do this business. You learn and earn at the same time. Okay. And use the positive charge momentum starter system. Guys, this is something that we've been doing for 8-10 years, right? We created this online, and it's a whole virtual system live that we do through webinars and conference calls. It's a simple way to bring information, stories, and training to you, your customers, and your distributors. And it entails only 14 hours a month, right? if you use every piece of it. Now you're saying all I got to do is spend 14 hours a month on a business shop and be successful. No, I said that's the starting point. All right. The 14 hours a month is your office hours. Okay. Your virtual office hours, if you will. Then how much business you create is going to add some time there, right? Obviously, you're not going to get rich working anything 14 hours a month, guys. But this is the base, right? This is where you're going to get the motivation, the stories, the training, the support. This is where it's going to start, right? Can't go right to 10,000 a month, right? First step, every Monday night, commit to success training call. Boom. There's the times. All this is on the Positively Charged Facebook page. We promote it daily, the next event and everything. So if you don't have to write all this down. It's all on there. I just want to go through it. 30-minute training from top ambassadors, stories, promotion. We do recognition, talk about the latest promotions. And don't listen alone. Three-way in one of your new customers or distributors. There's always stories on there, guys. Tuesday night. That's a call on Monday night. Tuesday night's a webinar. Health to Wealth intro webinar. Okay, 30 to 45 minutes, live introduction to Relib's company, products, and opportunity with health and business stories all in there. Then we record it every Tuesday night, and it's available. That same recording is available for the next 7 days until the next Tuesday night, which we have a live one, and then that's available. Invite, invite, invite. Share the link with as many people as possible or the recording link. All this is available on the Positively Charged Facebook page. Again, if you're not a member of that, because you got to be a member to access, just ask your upline or one of us, and we'll invite you. Okay. Every Wednesday morning, right? Coffee chat webinar with Michelle and Mindy. This is hugely popular. Live webinar. They do it right there, 10 a.m. Central, 11 Eastern. 30 minutes. They have powerful health and business stories. Sometimes they have a lot of theme days. You know, they'll do doctors, or they'll talk about kids, or they'll wear hats, or a particular coffee mug day or whatever. But it's a lot of fun they have, but they share the Relive stories. Great way to introduce folks. Every Thursday night, Dawn Van Amberg and her team do the short and sweet story call. It's a call. This is just a phone call. There's no webinar here, just a live phone call. You see the times there. 15 minutes of some of Reliv's best and most powerful health and business stories every single Thursday night live. And then it's recorded, and there's a library of all these recordings. Go back. There's over 100 of them there of Thursday night short and 15-minute story calls. So multiple. Don't listen alone. Three-way in someone. Great for new prospects. And then within 15 minutes after it's over, the recording's available 24/7 of this. Super tools, guys. So listen live, get somebody on, and then when you hear the stories, you're going to think about more people that need to hear that particular call, and you can get them on the recording or send them the recording number and tell them to listen themselves. Always better to three-way them in, though, if you ask me. And then Saturday, what we're doing here, Work to Wealth training. 10 a.m. East, 9 Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, 90 minutes, 60 to 90 minutes. This one's going to go a little longer than 60 minutes, but this is a must for all distributors, new and experienced. Make sure you're getting it. Guys, this is every Saturday morning. This is where we're at, right? Live webinar. And coming right now, we're back to live events. Thank the Lord, right? We're back to live in-person events. And we have a big one night only here in Atlanta, Georgia, actually the suburbs of Atlanta, Alpharetta, Georgia. I don't know where you're watching from today. I know there's a number of you on here, but guys, everybody knows somebody in Atlanta, or you can get in your car and drive here. You're more than welcome to do that. It's going to be at Mindy's house. It's a party, right? This is a party. We're not going to be doing a lot of slides and selling, but this is a party, and we got Tom Pennick coming in, Reliv's president, and with him is Peter Griscom. Now, if you don't know who Peter is from actually the Atlanta area here, and he is in charge of our Relive product development. He is the architect of the Energize Go product, not just the contents of what's in that product, not just the ingredient blend, but the whole marketing concept of the single serving packs behind it. This guy is super brilliant. He is the first person I've met in this industry that not only can develop products, but understands the marketing and how to package them and how to and how to verbalize the importance of them in a layman's terms. Man, he's good. And he's going to be in Mindy's living room with Tom, and we're going to let him just go. 7:00 p.m. Don't be late for that one. And you're more than welcome to get plugged into that. If you RSVP to Mindy, most of you have her phone number. If you don't, someone will find it for you, but it's at the bottom of the page there. That is Thursday, April 14th. That's a couple weeks, right? A little less than a couple weeks now. So,
Hey, Shawn,
yeah.
Linda Cardle just had a big special event in Southern Illinois 2 weeks ago. You should let her take a minute and share a little bit of what happened to it.
Hey, Linda. Linda.
I'm here.
Okay, great. You heard Mindy, right?
I did.
Okay, yeah, talk about that a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you, we have this little place up here in Troy, Illinois, and we have been doing this for a long time, Joanne and I and Elizabeth and our group. And, getting back to live events is what it's about. So it was so exciting, Shawn. In fact, everybody there was, somebody, Joanne introduced her people, brought a guest, and it was just so much fun. We all had such a great time. But I'll tell you, and Jacob's on here today. He's a brand new master affiliate. Joanne sponsored 2 quick starts too, because of the reality and the interaction. And I'm just going to share with you what Jacob said, that he was just going to refer, people to Joanne because he's getting great results on the Energize Go. But he loved the culture. When he walked in the room, he loved the culture of Relive. And now, and that day, the next day became a master affiliate because he saw the opportunity in front of him because of the, the interaction and the face-to-face. And, we had a great month, a great time. So we're getting back to that too, because it's really being face-to-face and seeing the energy and everything. And I had a gal who called me also a few days ago. She wanted just the products, but she saw a presentation and she's now a master affiliate, showed it to her sister, and she's a master affiliate. So now she's a director, and she earned in 2 days, she had 2 shakes and already is a director and earned $250 because she saw a big picture of what Relive was. So it's very exciting, and I just know that this just works because we're a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you know what? I am so excited about getting back to live events. And that's a perfect example. And I had a pleasure meeting Jacob. You put me on the phone with him. And I'm going to tell you, I got a good feeling about that guy. Jacob, glad you're here this morning. Welcome. So anyways, thanks, Linda.
You're welcome.
We'll go ahead. Thursday night, April 14th, get whoever you can get in that house. We can pack the house. Mindy's got a big house, right? Hall of Fame member, Mindy Jones. Got a big house. You can fill it. Bring them on. We're going to have a ball, and there'll be food served there too. So just so you know that. All right, next one. We got them coming back, big virtual. We got one more virtual event left, and that's a Relive International Virtual Conference on Saturday, May 14th. Recognition and training. You don't want to miss that. We won't be having a training here on the Positively Charged Momentum Starter System, but we'll be plugging in. We're getting everybody plugged into that Relive International virtual conference on Saturday, May 14th. Put that on your calendar. Leading up to, that's right, a live event, a big one. Relive International Conference, our first in 3 years, guys. Our first Relive International Conference in 3 years. August 19th and 20th, St. Louis, Missouri. Make your plans to be there. You can go on the Relive website and get the details. Okay, so yeah, we're going to get registration will open soon. I don't think it's open yet, but definitely want to get registered for that. Get your people registered. You know what? When we get back to live conferences like this one coming up in August, it's all about how many people in your group are there with you. So if you're on this thing today, you got plenty of time to build in. There's no reason you can't have 100 people in St. Louis with you for that international conference. And I mark my words, you have 100 people with you in St. Louis, your business will absolutely explode, because we're going to be rolling out some new products there. We got, oh man, there's some really exciting stuff coming. So put that on your calendar, get registered as soon as registration opens, and we'll see you all in St. Louis with that. That's going to be huge. But the key, guys, don't be there alone. Don't just sign up and wait for it. Get some people there with you, because no matter how many you have, whether it's 5 or 1 or 100, you're going to wish you had twice as many once that thing kicks off on Friday. Okay, and then finally, the final part of this Momentum Starter system is the Link to Learn YouTube library. What this is a video selection, a YouTube video selection of some Health to Wealth webinars, Relive intro webinars, Work to Wealth success trainings like we're doing today, hosted by some of Relive's most successful distributors. They're exclusive to the Positively Charged Facebook group members only. How you access them, there's a Word document in the file section of that Facebook page, the Positively Charged Facebook page. There's a file section. You click on the file section, there's a Word document there, download it, and it lists all the YouTube links, right? That you can click on to get to all these different, and then it also tells you who it is and when it was. So they can't get them plugged into a live event. There's plenty of opportunity here. The other thing too is, as like we do on Tuesday nights, we do the same thing with Saturday. Like this training's being recorded. We're gonna in about 25 minutes, we're gonna load it up and it's gonna be live, or you're gonna be able to access this recording 24/7 over the next 7 days only. Okay, and then the next Saturday will be another training. So that's how that works. Relive tools. Okay, additional tools. 3-way calling. Okay, I mentioned this as a tool because you got to learn how to do this. If you're not familiar with it, you got to learn how to use it, because it's a super powerful way to what? To connect people with, one, your upline, other powerful health and business stories, live or recorded commit to success training calls, or the Monday night short or the Thursday night short and sweet call. Okay, so those 2 calls, you can use it to hook in your prospects, customers, or new distributors. So the 3-way calling is a really useful tool. Rather than just giving people the number, it's better to introduce them, bring them together, right? That includes appointments. Okay, let's start setting appointments, guys. We're out and about, one-on-one appointments. 2 if you're one new. What I'm talking about, that you can do that anywhere. You can do it in someone's home. You can do it in your home. You can do it at a neutral location like Starbucks or a hotel lobby or something. So I did a lot of mine are hotel lobbies, but 2-on-1 if you're new, in person, over the phone. You can do it over the phone, or you can do it over the internet, live or Zoom, right? You can get a free Zoom account if you wanted to, your own webinar account, and you can do live meetings with just 1 person or 2 people, or you can use the Link to Learn video library to do the appointment. You can just hook people into your Zoom and then pull up one of those videos, right, and play it for them. So there's all kinds of opportunities. If you're not comfortable with using this or don't know how to use it, this is what your upline's for. This is why your person introduced you to Relive and the team you have is so important when you start out to learn how to access this stuff. This is real simple stuff, guys. This is not like Internet 10.2, right? This is 1.0, right? This is very simple stuff. You just might need somebody to lead you through it a couple of times, and your upline's happy to do that. Okay. Next thing is I want to talk about is a tool, is a bundle. The Relive bundle, it's called. For $15 a month, the company offers this bundle. It's the Relive phone app, which is amazing, right? You can text out short product and opportunity videos right to people's phones through it. You can access video presentations and trainings. You can order on it. You can track sales in your group, etc. And you also get the Relive website, which is your own personal website, not the Relive corporate, but your own personal website. It's a turnkey personal website ready to go. You just put your own story in there. There's a tutorial that walks you all through how to set it up for yourself. You got your own website, Relive website, and the Relive dashboard, which is, excuse me, a business building software tool to track, analyze, communicate with others with your growing Relive business partners. in your customers and distributors, that is. So the dashboards, all that you get for $15 a month. Well worth it. Cash bonuses, the other tool, and Linda talked about it, Al talked about it. Cash bonuses, guys, we pay over 100 grand a month in cash bonuses alone. That's on top of retail. That's on top of wholesale. That's on top of the overrides. Okay, this is just cash bonus. Promo 123 is a cash bonus program. Star Director bonus program. Global Ambassador bonuses are paid out. 6 different ways to earn extra cash monthly through the bonus programs. If you're not, you don't know, again, get what you're up on. They can walk you through all these different bonus structures that are offered every month in addition to your retail, wholesale, and overrides. And we cover them a lot on details on the Monday Commit to Success call, where we do recognition and the latest ambassador bonus promotions, right? And trips, amazing trip promotions. We do at least one every year, multiple ways to qualify. Stay tuned here. If you're here, you're plugged in, you'll get the very latest on the next trip promotion. None of them going on right now, except the ambassador trip by reaching that, and we'll be talking about that in a second. So, and the Energize Go. One of the greatest tools we have right now is Energize Go. And I wish I had Dawn Van Amberg on here because she did a wonderful job the other night. We did a call with the group here in Atlanta, and Dawn got on there and talked about using these Energize Go packs and how she's sampling this and just building a massive business right off this new product. And I'll tell you what, it's a special product. I'm actually drinking it right now. It is excellent. It is excellent. I got to tell you a quick story. I've had a buddy of mine, and this is how simple this is. It's funny. He said, Peter said he's going to design products for us that people already want. So we're not designing a product, not that we've done anything wrong in the past. We got some great products, but in the past, most of our products, we're so cutting edge that we designed products and then we had to go educate people why they were important. Like, Lunison, Lunarich X, and, even our core nutrition back in the early days and that kind of thing. But Peter says there's no reason, because there's so much interest in health and nutrition and energy and focus and weight loss and stuff like that right now. He goes, you just got to design products that people already want and they just fly off the shelves. I like that concept. And that's what he's done with this one. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. He's designed a product that's actually our people already want, right? The energy drink market is huge, right? And he's made it super convenient. You just dump it into a water bottle, which everybody either has in their car, in their hand, or carries around with them in a briefcase all day long, right? So here's the deal. Here's the story I'm going to tell you. I've had a friend of mine from high school that I play golf with once a year. That's the only time I see him. I see him once a year. We play golf, and we've been doing it for 5 or 6 years now. I put together this group of guys from high school. We do this golf outing once a year. He's been on the Relay products for a few years. Right, he orders the basic nutrition and the 24K, the core nutrition 24K, like clockwork. He works like 2 months supply, calls me 2 months later, wants another 2 months supply. Right. So, anyways, I'm in Houston with Mindy celebrating her brother's 70th birthday party, and I get a text from him, and it's a picture of the card you see there. And he said, "Hey, got this card with my order this month. It looks like it's a new product. I think I should order some of this." And I didn't even say anything to him. I did not even tell him about this new product because it just came on. He got really put this card, that card you see that person's holding, not with the sample. The sample wasn't even on there. It was just a card stuck in with his normal order. He read it, took a picture, and sent it to me and said, "Hey, I think I need to buy some of this. Call me when we can place this order." And that was how simple it was, guys. I never sold them on it. It sold itself on one little half a postcard. So, guys, people are building massive business. And with the sample packs, great marketing concept. Great marketing concept, man, because you can give someone a sample that they get results immediately, and they do. 10 to 15 minutes, they're getting results with this stuff. It's got creates sustained energy. It's got caffeine in it from the green coffee bean, and it's time released, right? So you don't get it all 150 milligrams, I think it is. You get like 100 milligrams up front, and then it's 50 milligrams is time released. Plus there's a cell hydrator in there and a fat burner, right? On top of that. right? You heard the story that one gal's lost 10 pounds, right? That we had on earlier. This thing's amazing. This thing is amazing. So anyways, and it's a lot cheaper than the energy drinks they're buying out there. So, and more convenient, right? Because you can just dump it in water. So, which most people are drinking anyways, because they're trying to be healthy, right? No sugar in it. It's fantastic. So anyways, that's one of our greatest tools right now. And if you're not out there sampling these things and talking about these things to people and got a plan of action around this Energize Go product right now, you're really missing an opportunity to what can I say, energize your business right now, right? But our single greatest tool is the reel of tools is the stories, right? Guys, stories do it every time. Stories trump opinion every time. How people fall in love with the Relive products, gets people possibility thinking, excuse me. They know open centers of influence, builds excitements, counters negatives. In real estate, it's location, location, location. In Relive, it's stories, stories, stories. So important to our business. Okay, there's 3 types of follow-up, guys. I'm just going to flip through these because I got to get rolling. You can cover these with your upline. First one's follow-up with prospects. This is when you re-engage someone that you've talked to about Relive, but they haven't made a decision yet. Okay, second one is new customer. You got a new customer, should have a plan to make sure you're following up with them, particularly through the first 2-3 weeks, month, right? Make sure they're using products, not only using the products, number one, that they bought, but using them consistently and properly. Plus, it gives you an opportunity to add stories. And new distributor follow-up. You get a brand new distributor, you got to create them too. You got to follow up with them, just like a customer, particularly if they're new to the products as well, but also to teach them how to use these things we're talking about. Plugging into the trainings, plugging in the momentum starter system calls, webinars, and recordings, right? Encourage and support the taking of action and to connect business stories with them. Help them build that wall of belief in the business, just like you did in the products. This is a new distributor thinking period. There's new, hey, I'm Joe, new guy, right? This is going to happen with your new distributors. If you're new and you haven't gone through this yet, it's coming. Don't worry about it. Everybody goes through it. It's not a big deal, but you got to understand it, right? This is one of those concepts, right? Those principles and concepts that you need to know going in, right? You're going to get excited. You're probably going to get excited. Hopefully you're going to get excited right after this training, or when you heard some of those stories, you start getting really excited, or you got excited at the meeting that Linda put on, right? Or you get excited on the 14th and then boom, somebody shoots you down. Because you're not ready for Jack. This isn't your thing. You've never been in sales before. You don't know anything about nutrition. Somebody blah, 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 starts feeding your brains full of a bunch of opinion, right? And it shoots you down. Or maybe sometimes it's somebody really close to you, like your wife or your husband or some family member you thought was really going to be receptive, right? Boom. And you get down. And let me tell you something, guys. If you're a new distributor and you get down and nobody follows up with you, nobody encourages you to get back up and get you back to reality of what you got into in the first place, the stories and that kind of thing, you'll stay down there. And if you stay down there for a week or two, you're probably gone. So, at some point you got to understand, if you understand this going in, you'll be proactive in getting yourself back in front of it and getting ahead of it and get back up, right? Your upline calls you, boom, put you on the story, boom. Someone calls you, says, I am getting great results on that Energize Go thing. Boom, the whole attitude changes. You're back up. Well, this goes on. You notice the downtime gets shortened though, right? As time passes. And pretty soon you become what we call a mature distributor. In the way that other people's stories, don't buy them, right? Their opinions. Go back to reality. We have the facts, guys. Stick with the facts. It's funny. It's everybody that's not taking our products and not doing our business model, right, are the ones telling you it's not going to work. People on it tell you, they're not telling you it's not going to work. People doing it, I'm telling you, it's not going to work. 30, 60, 90. This business, to really get your business running, it's going to take about 30, 60, maybe 90 days, depending on how hard you work at it. But it's about consistency. I use a pipeline as an example. Filling the business, your pipeline, right? You got to start talking to people. 80% of this business needs to be about talking to new people about Relive. 20% is follow-up and support, right, of the people you already have, customers and distributors. 80% of the time you should be spending on new people. exposing new people to the story of Relive. This is not rocket scientists. Plug them into the system, keep talking to new people. How many new people you want to talk to a day, a week? That's what's going to determine your speed. You know, what does your pipeline look like right now? Is this it where you could shoot a cannon through it and nobody would get hurt? Right? Unfortunately, some of us, that's it. But that's okay, because in a few days you can have it looking like this. Right? And then you get a little more consistency, you get plugged in, you start going, and then you got a few more in there. Right? And then pretty soon it looks like Dawn Van Amberg's pipeline. Right? It's like the Boston Marathon running through your pipeline. That's what you're shooting for. Right? And that's the reason you're shooting for that is to build yourself through the director program. We go through this rather quickly, but it's important. Again, this will be all recorded, so we'll be okay. It all starts by getting the master affiliate. $2,500 PGV in a calendar month gets you at the highest profit level. Okay, apply what you've learned today. Go to work with your upline. They can't do it for you, but they will do it with you. Key point there. Your next step, break your first master affiliate and become a director. Linda talked about this, right? Do that again and again and become a 3, 6, or 10-star director. You move through the director program and start cashing monthly star director bonus checks. Here's where some of these bonuses start to kick in the early months of your business. Next step is key director. How do you do that? You achieve a $1,000 monthly income. On top of that, that first time you achieve that $1,000 monthly income, you're going to get a $500 cash bonus on top of it. Okay. We got somewhat background noise there. Oh, thanks. Somebody needs to be muted. Okay, you got it. Thanks. Okay. Next step after key director, senior director, road to presidential, you hit the senior director level. How do you do that? $2,000 to double it. $2,000 monthly income, $1,000 cash bonus you get on top of the $2,000 and the senior director pin. Okay. Do this twice. Do this 2 times in a row, right? Senior director, that $2,000, and you qualify for the new global ambassador team. Boom. And you qualify for a trip to St. Louis. I mean, everything starts happening at this point. Next step on the road to presidential master director, achieve a $4,000 monthly income. On top of that $4,000 that particular month, the first month you achieve it, you're going to get a $2,000 cash bonus master director pin. And if you're a part of the global ambassador team, you're going to start getting a 5% bonus on your on earnings of your total month. So whatever you earn that month, you're going to get a 5% bonus on top of it, in addition to other bonuses. Next step is presidential director. You achieve an $8,000 check. First time you do that, you're going to get a $4,000 cash bonus on top of it and the ring. And I'll show you pictures of the ring here in a second. But if you're also a global ambassador, you qualified there, you're going to get 10% of earnings every month. Your check remains over $8,000. Got it? And there's the ring. Road to president, helping up others get what they want, and you'll always get what you want. Go for the ring. It's a presidential director ring that goes along with reaching presidential director. That was my only goal when I got involved. I was like, because that's $100,000 a year, guys. You're $8,000 a month. That was my goal. I got to make $100 grand a year or more. Obviously, I wanted more, but that was kind of where I felt you could reach success here. But your equation for success: consistency. Take action every day, guys. Got to take action every day. Do something every day. I don't care if it's a half hour or an hour or 10 hours, but do it every day. Don't give me one 10-hour day and then not work for 4 days. That ain't going to work. I'd rather have you work 1 hour or 2 hours every day for 4 days than 1 hour, 1 day, 10 hours. Consistency is a trick. Take action every day. Add that to persistence. Take quitting out of the equation as an option. Quitting is not an option. If you eliminate quitting, I said, once you become a distributor, 1 of 2 things is going to happen for you. You're either going to become successful in Relive and have a blast with us, travel the world, improve your health of everybody around you, everybody come in contact with you choose to talk to, be able to turn people onto an awesome business opportunity where they can travel the world with you, have fun, all that, or you can quit. Those are the only two things that happen: success and relive, or quit. Once you become a distributor, that's it. And it's totally your choice. Now, some of that success may take 10 or 20 years. You know, 6-figure income may take you a long time. I mean, I did it in 2 years and 9 months. It depends on how consistent you are. The first part of the equation there, how fast you're going to get there, right? But as long as you're not quitting, you'll be successful. So if you take quitting out of the option, guys, there's only one thing that can happen: success. Determination. Set a goal and try to achieve it. Work to achieve it. Be determined. Be determined to achieve your goals. Do something meaningful with your life. Change someone else's life. Do something great. Right? What are you working on big? Our pastor says that. What are you working on big today? If you're working on a bunch of small stuff, you're not going to change the world. Go change your world. Be determined. Achieve your goals. Get something meaningful in your life and get after it. We used to say you add those 3 up and you have success. But now you got to add one more. Energize, go. Consistency plus persistence plus determination and energize, go now equals your success. Make a long-term commitment to yourself, guys. It's worth it. Do it with passion. Have fun. Who are you going to talk to today? Any other future resources referenced in this training, you can find them on the Positively Charged Facebook group page. This training has been recorded, and it'll be available here in a short period of time. With all that said, guys, we're done here. So let me unmute. Are you going to stop the recording?